Hi, my name is Sharon Jensen and I represent Embrace Your Wardrobe. And today I'm going to have a talk about closet talk. I'm going to talk about coat hangers and what they're good for and what they should not be used for different particular types of items. You know, so like a blazer, you wouldn't want to put it on a real flimsy type hanger versus a pair of slacks. There's a couple of different options that you can do for that. So now that in my previous videos, we talked about the inside shapes. So you know that you're supposed to have a round or an angular neckline. We also talked a little bit about dressing our body shape. So that would be our outside lines. You know, where do we focus our, you know, do we belt things? Do we wear tunics? Do we wear, you know, if our hips are bigger than our shoulders, you know, where do we have our jackets stop? Those things are all important. So now that we've got that, now we get to look at our closet and kind of go through and figure out what works and what doesn't work. But the first thing that's really kind of important is to turn around and have a little bit of a discussion about our options to hang things. So if we have like a blazer, you may have seen something like this. You want to have something that's got a wider angle on the shoulders so that your jackets will keep their dress form. This option is kind of nice if you have a limited type of a closet, which I do. I really don't have a lot of space. So I can turn around and put my skirt and my jacket together, or a pair of pants and a blazer together on this, and it's going to save a little bit of room because it is a little bulky, but you do want to, there is some value to that. This here would be a very good option for skirts. I try to keep everything in the same color scheme, so if I had brown skirts or a brown pair of pants, I might put 2 skirts and 2 pairs of pants. Again, this is going to be very helpful if you are limited on your space. Some people are fortunate and they have a walk-in closet. Not so much. Another option for your pants, again, I use this if I have 3 pairs of the same. They just kind of like slide on and go in. And you wouldn't necessarily think that this was really important, but when you're trying to organize the closet and make it so that you can find things, you're going to find that it's going to make life a lot easier. I probably would suggest, everyone remembers these, I probably suggest that you do not use these types of hangers to put your clothes on. They're going to be okay, but I think I would eventually in the dollar store, you can find some really nice options. Here's one, if I take this shirt off, it's got a little bit of a velvet type, or a satiny type finish. So it's going to grab your clothes. If you wanted to, you could put your slacks on there so they don't fall off. So that's another option. It's also got these little keyholes here. If you had shirts like tank tops or camisoles, that they'll turn around and catch here and they won't fall into your, on the floor. The other thing that is very nice is, especially for our jackets, are the wooden ones. But again, they can be pricey. So if you get them for the right price, these are actually a good way to go because they're great for your pants, they're great for your camisoles, and they're also just wide enough for like jackets and blazers. So once you've kind of like figured out what you are going to use for hangers, now we want to actually go through your clothes. And it's a little painstaking because you got to turn around and take everything out of the closet, try it on, see if it fits. Does it meet the guidelines? So as an example, this particular jacket here, it's a dark blue navy jacket. As you can see, it doesn't have, or maybe you can't see, it doesn't have a very good form. It's kind of old ladyish as far as it's not crisp, neat. It looks like it needs to be ironed desperately. If I were to put it on, it makes me look very boxy, especially where I have no definition of my of a waist. So even though this is actually something that's in my color and I would probably wear it, because of the style, it does have a little bit of pointed edges, which is not necessarily a good edge for me, but just because it just looks very frumpy, it's not something that I want to choose to keep. So that would be something that I would put in my my to-go pile. Another thing that you might want to put in your to-go pile is, as I noticed, I have a hole in my sweater. So unfortunately, white is not a good color for me either. If I hold this up to me, you can see that, you know, the white takes over and you don't see my face. But coupled with the fact that I have a hole, that just put this in. I don't even have to try it on. It just got put into the trash pile. It's not even a Goodwill pile. And as far as the blue jacket, I probably wouldn't put that in the pile either. I probably would just get rid of it. Some of the other things, you know, like here's a skirt. One of the things that you would look for is, for me, my hips are smaller than my shoulders. So for me, I want to turn around and make sure that the seams or any kind of accents on the skirt are going to be flattering to my figure. The wider the accent stripes, the wider your hips are going to look. So if you have a larger hip than your shoulder, you're going to want to either stay with a center line seam or no seam in the front at all are going to be best for you. So this here is a very good shape. It's a nice length. However, if I turn around and I put it up to my color palette over here, you're going to notice not so much. So I'm not going to wear that kind of this color. This color is going to go to somebody who has this color in their color palette. Then I would take, you know, my next piece of clothing and, you know, take it out, look at it. Does it have any holes? Does it fit well? This particular one, as you can see when you look at it, it's a little bit busy. So I'll try to hold it still so that you guys can see it. But it flatters my face. It's all my colors. If I was to hold it next to my color palette here, you can see purples, you can see blues, you can see the greens. So this here is actually a good shirt for me. So I'm going to keep this one. So I'm going to go through every single piece of clothing in my closet and determine if it's a good color, a bad color, does it have the right fit, not the right fit. And determine what's keeping and what should go. Once I've done that, I need to actually look at how do I wear my clothes? What is my lifestyle like? So if I were to look at a week in my life, I know I work Monday through Friday, 8 hours a week. So I need at least 5 outfits that I can wear to work. I also, after work, I might go to the gym, I might go golfing, I might go out to, you know, with girls for dinner, so I'm going to want some casual clothes. But that's all important. So once I've figured out that, I can now dictate how many pieces of clothing that I would need. And we call those capsules. So as I said, I needed to have 5 days worth of clothes. So a capsule is actually going to be a jacket, a skirt, 3 shirts, and a pair of pants. So this here would be basically a capsule. So here is, you know, like one day. Another day I could wear a skirt and my shirt. Another day I could wear, you know, with the jacket. So I've already, you know, with just one set of 5 or 6 items can pretty much get through the week and have a different look. For me, you know, I have, you know, different tops. They could be plain or they could be have a pattern. The advantage of a pattern is that as you get other suits, now you can turn around and put them with it. For example, if I have a dark blue skirt and I have a shirt that's got blue in it, now I've made another option. So that is also something that you want to keep in mind. So the same thing, you know, when I go to the gym, I have, you know, when you go to, actually I should say golfing, it's a requirement that you have a collared shirt for both men and women. So I want to make sure that I have shirts that I can wear for golfing. And I could couple that again with my little skirt. And if it's a really hot day, I could do this way. If not, I could wear a long pair of pants if it's cold. I could probably put a sweater on top. So it's basically what you need to do is figure out what you do with your week and determine how many pieces of clothing that you actually need. So the idea, again, is not to, when you go through your wardrobe, if you turn around and you have you're not going to have colors that, you're going to have colors that work with you and you're going to have colors that don't. But the hope is that you would turn around and pick out the colors that kind of you gravitate more to are actually going to be the colors you're going to be very surprised that are colors that are going to work for you. I've always kind of dressed in this type of a color palette. I just didn't know why I dressed. Why did I like it? So now I have some science behind it. I know how to dress my body. I have some colored choices that are going to be good. So all this plays a factor in what I would try to do to put my best foot forward and dress for success. You've heard people talk about that, you know, or dress for the job that you want versus the job you have. So people would look at me with confidence, I hope. They would look with confidence, and I would look put together, not just somebody who just threw something that did not match. The other thing that I wanted to say is it's really not, once you get into it, it's really not that difficult to turn around and go through your wardrobe. If you have a really close friend who is familiar with colors and everything, they could probably help you to turn around and make it you know, have a glass of wine, you know, put your hair up in a bun and you know, just kind of have some fun and, you know, keep it light so that, because it can be a little stressful going through some of your closet choices and deciding whether you want to keep it or not, because there's sometimes you have connection to the various pieces that you have picked over the years. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope that I've given you some tips that you can use to go through your closet and make the closet as useful to you as possible. If you have any questions or would like to find out more about your particular colors and how to go through your closet, you can contact me at my website, embraceyourwardrobe.com. Once again, my name is Sharon Jensen. I thank you for watching.